Many people think that humans have always dominated the Earth. We like to think we're at the top of the food chain, but this couldn't be further from the truth. In today's video, we are going to explore the lost world of giant animals that once roamed our planet. Some of these beasts were so large they could have easily wiped out our early human ancestors. So get ready to learn about some terrifying creatures that are no longer with us. And stick around until the end, because one of them might just be living among us. First, let's take a look at the Smilodon fatalis, also known as the saber-toothed cat. This magnificent creature was a true apex predator. It lived in the Americas during the Pleistocene epoch, which lasted from about 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago. The Smilodon was one of the most fearsome predators to ever exist. Its name means to smile. This is a very fitting name because it had long, curved fangs that were perfect for delivering a deadly bite. These fangs were up to 30 centimeters long. So if this big cat sank its teeth into you, then you would definitely feel it. Unlike modern cats, the Smilodon was not very flexible. Because of its massive size and weight, it couldn't jump or turn quickly. So it stalked its prey before pouncing on it with all its might. It's believed that the Smilodon was able to take down large mammals such as horses and bison. No one knows exactly why the Smilodon went extinct, but many experts believe that it was due to climate change. As the glaciers melted, the Smilodon lost its habitat and eventually died out. Next, let's talk about the Irish elk. This animal is also known as the megalodon. It's an extinct species of deer that lived in Europe, Asia, and North America during the Pleistocene epoch. This deer was truly a giant. It stood up to 7 feet tall at the shoulder and weighed up to 1,000 pounds. Its antlers were even more impressive. They could reach a width of 12 feet. The Irish elk was one of the largest terrestrial mammals that ever existed. Its legs were short and sturdy, which made it well adapted for living in mountainous terrain. It used its large antlers for fighting other males and for protecting itself against predators. Sadly, the Irish elk went extinct about 11,000 years ago. Again, climate change is thought to be the main factor in its extinction. Now, let's move on to the Paraceratherium. This is an extinct genus of mammal that lived in Eurasia during the Miocene and Pliocene epochs. It lived from about 23 to 2.6 million years ago. This animal is also known as the giant mola mola. It was a very strange-looking creature with a long neck, short legs, and a large head. It resembled a cross between a giraffe and a rhinoceros. The Paraceratherium was the largest land mammal that ever existed. It stood up to 19 feet tall and weighed up to 22 pounds. It used its long neck to reach high plants that other animals couldn't access. But its short legs made it slow and clumsy. Because of this, the Paraceratherium was often the target of predators. In the end, it went extinct because it couldn't adapt to the changing environment. Now, let's take a look at the Titanoboa. This is an extinct genus of snake that lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period. It lived from about 98 to 66 million years ago. The Titanoboa was one of the largest snakes that ever existed. It was about 42 feet long and weighed up to 1,100 pounds. This is almost unbelievable, but paleontologists are confident that the Titanoboa really did exist. It was so big that it was nicknamed the king cobra. The Titanoboa was a constrictor, which means that it killed its prey by squeezing it. It could easily take down large mammals such as camels and horses. Unfortunately, the Titanoboa went extinct because of the asteroid impact that also killed off the dinosaurs. Moving on, let's look at the mammoth. This is a term that refers to several species of extinct elephant-like mammals. They lived during the Pleistocene epoch in Europe, Asia, and North America. The most famous type of mammoth is the woolly mammoth. It had a thick coat of hair that helped it to survive in cold climates. The woolly mammoth also had large tusks and a trunk that could reach a length of 16 feet. These creatures were well adapted to cold climates, but they still went extinct about 10,000 years ago. climate change is again thought to be the main factor in their extinction. Now let's talk about the Glyptodon. This is an extinct genus of mammal that lived in South America during the Pleistocene and Holocene epochs. It lived from about 2.6 million to 6,000 years ago. The Glyptodon was a very strange-looking creature with a body like a Volkswagen Beetle and a tail like a kangaroo. It had a hard shell on its back that protected it against predators. The Glyptodon was about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle and weighed up to 2,200 pounds. Was very slow-moving and spent most of its time eating grass. The Glyptodon went extinct because it couldn't keep up with the changing environment. Next, let's take a look at the short-faced bear. This is an extinct species of bear that lived in North America during the Pleistocene epoch. It lived from about 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago. The short-faced bear was one of the largest land predators in North America. It stood up to 9 feet tall on 2 legs and weighed up to 1,000 pounds. This bear was so powerful that it could take down a mammoth. It had short, strong legs that made it well adapted for walking on snow. The short-faced bear was a true apex predator, but it still went extinct. Again, climate change is thought to be the main factor in its extinction. Finally, let's talk about the megalodon. This is an extinct species of shark that lived in the world's oceans from about 23 to 3.6 million years ago. The megalodon was one of the largest and most powerful predators to ever live in the oceans. It was about 50 to 60 feet long and weighed up to 60,000 pounds. This is absolutely massive. The megalodon was able to eat almost anything it wanted. It hunted other sharks, whales, dolphins, and even sea turtles. Despite its huge size, the megalodon was very fast and agile. It could swim up to 25 miles per hour. Unfortunately, the megalodon went extinct because of the changing climate. As the Earth began to cool, the megalodon lost its habitat and eventually died out. These are just a few of the giant animals that once roamed our planet. It's amazing to think that these creatures really did exist. And it's also scary to know that they were able to wipe out our early human ancestors. But don't worry, none of these animals are alive today. If they were, we would definitely be in trouble. Which of these giant animals was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.